Learning now that Chulin Daf Pidalit, starting about halfway down the Omud Aleph. And the Gemara says the following. Omalei Yaakov Mino'o. Charlie, who's Yaakov Mino'o mean? Is it Yaakov the Min? Meaning it was a Min. It was a Koiris, not. Le'rov. Kaimulon Chayo Bichlal Be'emo L'Simonim. We know that Simonim is written only by a Be'emo. How do you know that Chaya is the same Simonim? As we saw earlier, you learn from each other. The same way Chaya needs to have Kisui Adam, my name Be'emo also have Kisui Adam. So why do we establish Kisui Adam is only by Chaya and by Oif? It says that the spill on the ground. So it says you're comparing the blood of a behemoth to, because we're talking about a carbon. So you're comparing the blood of a behemoth to water. Water does have to be covered. This also have to be covered. Says the Gemara. If you're comparing the blood of a behemoth to water, so it should be like a mikvah. You should be able to do tefillah over there. It says the mayan and what does that mean? That means that only water has tahara. Only that. Maybe it's going to exclude anything which is not water. Maybe it's going to exclude other things, but blood is water. Why? Because the pasuk says, the lotion is mayan ubor mikve mayim. So the Gemara is going to tell us the mayim goes on the mayon, on the bor, and on the mikve. We say the following. Mayan ubor mayim. We say the mayim goes on both. It's going to exclude water when it's standing, or water when it's moving, because we have by Zoichlim, we have some kulos, you can use it even if there's no arbor yisayim. So the more tlatim yudiksivi, mayan mayim, bor mayim, mikveh mayim. There's three mayims, mayan, mikveh, bor, yisayim mayim in each one. What are you learning from there? That each one is a mute. Mayim, anything which is not mayim, Zoichlim, anything which is not mayim, oimdim, anything which is, and also blood. So you have to capture an animal. If it's already captured. Geese and chicken. How do you know that you have a din of you have kisudam? A person should learn the echeret that he should not have meat so easily. The same way when you have to go and hunt for the meat. So it's not so easy. You have to go and you hunt for it, you have to go prepare for it. Also, when you have your own meat, you should do basmano. I mean, not just go and grab meat from the fridge. You have to do a preparation. Don't overindulge in meat. See what and then we're now shifted to the agata that has to do with this. It says that because the pasuk says and it says you eat basar only when you have te'avot. You're hungry. You have a desire. Not just go and eat meat with no cheshbon. Says the Gemara, you go and buy meat. Check that from your own meat. So we all checked everything. Don't go and just waste all your money on meat. Piso means is food. Someone has a little bit of money. You know what you should do with the money? Shabayat likro yerik. Buy vegetables. Don't waste the money on meat. I saw him one day. He has 10 times that amount. Have a little more money. You can buy fish. If he has 50 money, take meat. Then And then you can have meat with no limitation. And a regular guy, when should he have meat? They have Shabbos, they have Shabbos. Once a week. Says we have to try to not eat that much, not to indulge that much, not to waste the money so much. He says, listen, Abu, which means Rav, he came from a healthy family, and without meat, so they were okay. We need to eat meat to get healthy. You have a little bit of money, run to the store and buy something to be healthy. I'm not going to one generation later. We should borrow money and eat. So, first generation, don't waste money on food. Second generation, any money you have, go and get. Third generation, you have to borrow money to eat because you need to make sure to have food. This is a very strange. Says the more continues where that God does. It says in the pasuk, "Kvosim l'vushecho." So mikez kvosim l'vushecho. In other words, if you go and you have soin, you have cattle, so you'll be able to use the wool to shear the wool. The value of a soda is a tudim, which refers to cattle as well. Better to sell the field and buy cattle. Why? Because you have more. You have their milk, you have their wool, and you have whatever you need. Use the milk that you have from your sheep and goats. It says, the pasuk says, your bread and the bread of your family. First take care of yourself, then take care of your family. Which means, give them life to your people who live in your household. Don't make your children get used to having fancy food where they're always going to run for it. Give them simple food so they'll be, mistapik umut. So you want to become rich, which means you should be busy with be'emodaka, that you have everything you need. The first one they ask over here that says not to you use be'emodaka, where he brings it. She says that's only in the yishuv, not outside in the fields. If you have sheep, they make you rich. Different things. She mentions also this, that it's better to take a cup of a witch, of a sorcery that has, kishuf, for the kasta portion, not to drink lukewarm water. It was no good. The clay matach, it's only in metal kalim. If it's in clay, it's not a problem. In other words, they say it's not healthy, it has something there that will make it's not good for you. There's no, even then, if they don't have a little bit of grass in it. It says, that's only if you didn't boil it. So, lukewarm water is not good for you, but if you took care of it, it's okay. This is a put in your soil. It sounds not kederach gemara, but it sounds a very cynical, very saginar way. Someone who inherited money, and he desires to lose the money. How will he lose the Yerusha? The big Yerusha. It's very simple. I'll tell you what to do. He should wear linen. They're expensive and they get ruined easily, so he's going to waste the money on that. And he's going to buy, as we'll see in a moment, expensive glassware. And he's going to hire workers, and he won't be mashgiach on them. Very expensive linen. That's the white glass, which is very, very expensive. Talk about oxen. Rashi says that he gives them the oxen, and they're going to make the oxen get hurt and damaged, and he's going to lose it. You have to sit down with your workers. So the Torah show of yours, Yom Shvei Davi Amis, Yom Shvei Davi Asi, my dichti, what says the pasuk, Toiv Ish Choinin Umalveh Yechezkel Dvorov B'Mishpot. That's a pasuk. Lo Ilom Yechol Adam V'Yishte Pochois. Another person should have a cheshbon, how much he's spending, what is he spending on. So it should be B'Mishpot. Lo Ilom Yechol Adam V'Yishte Pochois. The Rashi says, Tuish Choinin, Dali Umal Doisa, V'Ter Mechakal Dvar B'Mishpot, based on what he is. So you better give it to others, and by him he's like careful. Person should eat, to drink, should use not all your money for what you need. Do a little less. Clothing, you spend based on what's right for you. His children, one of the children has to respect him more than his ability. They depend on him. Interesting Indian Tzachbir, what does it mean? This should work in a little bit. What's the idea? That they are depending on him and depending on Shalom V'ayil, that's why you should spend more on them than what he has. Okay, so that was the Nagata. We're a little shifted Nagata back into the Arsugya. Dorish of Ino Pitcho de Berish Galusu. HaShoichet lechoyle b'Shabbos chayov lechasis. Someone who shechts for a choyle on Shabbos, he has to cover the sand. We have to cover the blood with sand. The Kiddush. The Shechit is not supposed to happen, but you do it for the choyle. Once you do it, you have to do Kisur Yadam. Rabbo Ishtoimo Koimer. Ishtoimo means he said something wrong. Said the Dar Temo. Lishpatua la moire mine. They should take his tongue out, or they should take away the moiro that announces the shir, because he said something very weird. Tetane b'Yisrael koi ain't shochatim d'biyotev. Koi, you don't shochatim d'biyotev. Him shachtem v'chasim is davar. You don't cover the blood. Mikav v'chayim. Umam yilisheva dado doich Shabbos. When you have a bris milah for sure, that's the day. You do it even in Shabbos. Ain't tzeka doich Yom Tov. When I'm not so sure, I don't do it even in Yom Tov, because it says the bris milah that happens before Rosh Hashanah, you can push it to Sunday. Kisui shen v'ador doich Shabbos. Kisui you don't do it in Shabbos. Ain't udin shein tzeka doich Yom Tov. The Gemara is going to focus on what we said. So you don't do kisui dam vadai on Shabbos. So of course you don't do misafik, which is a koi. You don't do it Yom Tov. What about blowing shofar? Shein v'ador doich Shabbos. You don't blow it on Shabbos, even though you know you have to do it. But a suffix you do on Yom Tov. We'll see in a moment what is the suffix you do with the Tekiyah shofar. So you said that the vad is not the Shabbos, because you have such a concept to whatever vad is not the Shabbos, so the suffix is not the. We see the shofar is not like rain. It says the more Yeshiva was a couple of Rebbe Tshuva Malamilo sheken ein reged beleli mon tovim. Milo is not noyeg in the night. Tell you about Bekisu Shirek Balela Yom Tov, you can do it that as well. So maybe you should do it on, maybe you should do it. The Yeshiva blows a couple berib. So there's one of the things that Rabchia did not know what to say. Rabchia came up, blows a couple, and he said Shuvah. That was the Bryce. So in the Bryce it says the discussion. Should we do Kisui by Koi? And why won't they bring around? So within the words there we said that Kisui Adam Bevada, you don't do Kisui Adam Shabbos. It says the Gemara, K'tarim Yakis Shein Vada Dech Shabbos, my Vado the Kisui Dech Shabbos. What do you mean? Vada Kisui not Dech Shabbos. When do you have Vada Kisui in Shabbos? Lava Shechet Dechol B'Shabbos. You shed for a sick person, you should do Kisui Adam. You know for sure there's no suffix the Yachab Kisui. You don't do it on Shabbos. Someone no, Vidimo Dohov Shechet. Let me not talk about a Choyle. Talk about someone who shechted and he was not supposed to. He shechted on Shabbos for a bari. Oh, what did he do? Should I cover it? Say no. Do me the mila. So I'll tell you why I can't say that. Do me the mila. Man mila b'shus. Mila talk about you're supposed to do it. I forget it's not b'shus. Okay, so that's the raya. The raya is you don't do kisei dam even though you are allowed to do the shchita. The kisei you don't do, and that's really the theme in Beitzo. Beitzo when you shecht, you don't do kisei dam if you don't have to. Now let's go back to the Brayso. We can arrive at Keshefer. Shein vado doich Shabbos. You don't blow shofar on Shabbos. Bevadai. Sveika doich yontav. But it's safek you are doich yontav on Rosh Hashanah. My sveika, what do you mean? You have a safek chol, safek yontav. You mean I'm not sure if it's yontav or not. Hashtag vado yontav dachas, safek yontav, safek chol. What do you mean safek? Of course, safek is doich. If I know it's yontav, you blow shofar. So if I don't know it's yontav, of course I blow shofar. So what do you mean safek? Says the Gemara, the Piyamud Aleph, El Safek Ish, Safek Isho. Talking about if you have someone you're not sure if a man or woman, can you blow shofar for that? Meaning, for example, drunkenness. It goes according to Abiyasi, the holds even a woman can blow shofar. The time they saw Soimchim, they saw do smicha. From Reis is Shol Soimchos. If they want to, they can do it. Here is the marker. It's a big sugya. Not gonna go now. Can a woman do a mitzvah if she's not mechuyev to do? So here it says he can do the mitzvah. So he says blowing shofar you're not supposed to do in Yom Tov. She has no chiyuv. If she wants to, she can do it. So someone's a safek, for sure she'll do it. So he says, what's the problem? Of course, shofar is not a d'oraisa. He says sometimes it is d'oraisa. If the shofar is outside, you have to bring it to outside. In Yom Tov, you're allowed to take things outside if you need it. If you don't need it, say it's a d'oraisa. You're allowed to do it. Says the Gemara, Omar Avino. Even what we wanted to say, that according to Rabbanan, a woman is not allowed to blow shofar. You want to bring a right. Oh, if you have shofar, you can't do it Shabbos, but Safek doesn't Yom Tov. Even according to Rabbanan, you have a pirch. Mal ki shofar shken vado doich Shabbos b'mikdosh. Ki shofar, you do blow shofar in the Mikdosh. By us, we're not knowing to do shofar in Shabbos. But in the Mikdosh, you did do it. Tell you about the kisui, the lasik cloud. There's never kisui on Shabbos at all. So that we wanted to bring around for shofar. We see shofar is different. Says the Gemara, just to get to the Mishnah. We don't have a meal on the night. Says the Gemara, what do you mean leila yom tovim? Leila yom tovim u'deloi nago b'shar leila nago. What do you mean? At the night of Yom Tov, I don't have milo. You never have milo on the night. You're right. Don't say leila yom tovim. Ela leila is kiyomim. Very similar. You don't have meal on the night. Turn the kisu sheneg below is kiyomim. Kisu dam you have 9 days, so you can't compare the two. Interesting. This is just a quote from the Brayso. The more brought it again without explaining anything about it. And this was meaning maybe because we changed the gear so. So once we changed the gear so, we ended up with the same idea. So this was a side point. Once we brought the Brayso, the whole reason we brought the Brayso is for the sentence that says the Kisui Adam on Shabbos, even Bevada, you don't do Kisui Adam. What is the Vada Kisui Adam Shabbos? You chef a bird or an animal for a Choyla on Shabbos. You don't do Kisui Adam. And this will end. Everybody should have a meaningful and easy fast if we will need to fast. If. Should be Zoichet Tegula Shleim Eremin.